It's showtime. Hey everybody, it's the T-Rock 100 and welcome back to more of Perfect Dark Zero. Last time, we made our escape on going on rooftops, but we ended up losing Jack in the process. Oops. Oh well, maybe we'll find out more of what's going on with him as we infiltrate into a mansion in China. Let's go.
Sorry, Joe. The authorities are stonewalling us. If they've got anything on the operatives who snatched Jack, they ain't telling. I ran the plates from the vans and came up empty. I don't like it. Good thing Jack took the precaution of having us wear transponder-equipped null-suits. I tracked his signal to the mainland, and a remote location in the Huangshan Mountains. Before the damnedest thing, the blip dropped right off my scope. Thought I'd lost him. Until I tapped into a routine flyby from a US spy satellite. Private residence, unmarked on any maps and with no road access. Place belongs to big business. Deathmatch creator and CEO of Datadyne, Zhang Li. The man likes his privacy. The joint's built like a fortress. 30-foot observation towers, tungsten steel blast doors, and a private army to boot. Up for a challenge? This Zhang Li's throwing some kind of party for his deathmatch players. No invite, so you will have to work your way up through the gardens and steer clear of the guard patrols. Once inside, conceal your weapons. If you make like you're a deathmatch hotshot, you should be able to bluff your way into the party. I'll update you there. Oh, almost forgot. Radionet's buzzing with activity. Zhang Li's guards are pros. If they sense danger, they will bring in backup. If you can, disrupt their communications. They'll be a lot easier to deal with if they can't call for help.
Oh boy. So how about your teammates by giving them weapons? Drop down on the D-pad to drop your equipped weapon. And we won't be doing that because that's only in like a combat arena or just multiplayer. So let's move on. There we go. So, I guess while I'm going through this, I hate this mission because of this one thing that I'm not good at is infiltrating. Okay. Now let's see if we can't take care of some of these guys on her tower watch. One up there.
Pick up a guard's radio and you can talk to control. You should be able to fool them into shutting down their communications.
There's that. Here we go. Should be another guard around here. Should be right over. So there's a guard up there, but I don't need to worry about him. Oh, yeah, this guy. Nice. That should be it.
This looks promising. Leads through the outer courtyard.
The Magniset 4 is definitely one of the most interesting handheld pistols that you'll be seeing in the game. While this thing is pretty cool looking, it has some very interesting aspects in it that was really nice in the original Perfect Dark game, but got nerfed to hell in Perfect Dark Zero. Holding only 9 rounds per magazine, and holding up to 200 rounds at maximum, you think that there wouldn't be no drawbacks to this thing, right? But we'll get to that in a minute. What's really nice is that this thing has a burst mode that fires 3 rounds per shot. And honestly, if you're looking for a really good weapon that's good for close range, this one is pretty nice. And this thing is probably one of the most unique weapons that you'll be seeing throughout the game. Especially since that this thing can come armed with a burst mode when used correctly. However, while this thing is very popular from what we'll be seeing throughout what we see when we'll be coming up, the accuracy is so putrid. You gotta get up close to get probably the best shots that you'll be getting. I'm sorry, but I really did wanted to say a lot of good things about this weapon, but since this thing is very ideal when it comes to taking out enemies, well, with burst mode, it is, this thing has terrible ways of firing its weapons. You have to use a lot of reloads, and let's just face it, we're going to be seeing a lot of better weapons in the game, so don't get your hopes up with this one. The Magniset 4, on the plus side, is based off of what is known as the Baron modified M93R Auto 9 machine pistol. One of the most powerful handheld weapons in the world. If you love this particular weapon, you could, in a way, get into this one relatively nicely, but don't get your hopes up. Oh, I love this. Here we go.
Joe, I've uploaded a male voice pattern to your choker. Check it out.
Come in.
Control.
Hi there, bud. Control here. Anything I can do for you?
Hey, man. Can you do me a favor and put out a call for radio silence?
Okay. No problem, friend.
Radio channel scrambled. Should stop him calling for backup.
Nice. Oh, there is another one. Alright. See anything? something over here, but it didn't look like that was the case. I guess we'll come up here. Now, I know from up here, we're almost guaranteed to be spotted, but should be okay. Oh, hello. See if I could potentially catch them off guard. Problem is, I don't know where the other guard went. The guard that just went above me. Oh, here he is. Huh. Well, that was easier than I thought. Yeah, this was a heck of a lot easier than I thought.
Your data thief could hack that thing. You're dead on target. Jump the firewall and I'm in their network.
Neato. So, now what? Any douchebags that need to have their head shot off? Oh, are you one of them? Oh, too bad. Oh, hello. BAM! Yay! And, oh, you got something in your eye? Well, guess what? You got him in both eyes.
Freaking nasty. Enemy contact. Good shot.
Well,
Okay, found you a way to the inner courtyard.
not to worry. Alright. I guess I missed one. Oh well.
Hello? You okay out there?
It's freezing. Can you let me in? I need to warm up.
Sure. Come on in. I'll get you a coffee.
Your Joker worked a treat. Voice effect off.
Thanks for that.
So now we just come in here with no weapons armed. Get hit through it, no problem. Oof.
What? You're wearing my dress. I just don't much right to be wearing this dress as you. It's a rack. Looks like a Rachmaninoff, you mean? It's
Well, I suppose I could.
how this is box. What if we just fear
Deactivate those. Oops,
can't believe it?
don't need those.
When I go running up, 10 minutes later, well,
Alright.
I knew he was as soon as I stepped out of my company. First up, my duty was late. When it finally showed, the pilot couldn't keep his eyes off me.
Yep.
He was a
Just
pain.
casually just walking on by.
Another 20 minutes. I knew that coming
I
here was
don't know what the point of this is.
I'm all over that place. You're right. You need a rest. Go on home. Go home. Tonight? No way. I'm not.
Well, that was easy. Unlike the last time.
Yes, that's it. You can take him. The thrill of combat, primal and pure and also human. This is the birthright of man. The fight is virtual, but the pain is real. His death shocks you. This is natural selection. In life, only the strong survive, by any means necessary. Deathmatch is not for the faint of heart.
I meant no offense, Master.
Zhang Li.
The creator of Deathmatch himself.
You're a player then. So, who do you fight for?
I'm freelance.
Really? Care to prove yourself with a little one-on-one?
Allow me to introduce my daughter, Mayhem.
You think you can kick it up for my crowd? See? They love me.
So, freelancer, you accept my daughter's challenge?
A real player would jump at the chance to take me on.
You mean take you out? Let me think. Sure, I'm game.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new challenger! Our opponent, my own flesh and blood, the undefeated Mayhem! Combat is not combat at all without the threat of death, the song of pain! Tonight, you fight for your life.
Mayhem. I love that.
So exciting!
Knew getting in their network would pay off. I've uploaded new weapons. What's your game plan?
The combat shield doesn't really need much to be explained. It's just a powerful riot shield that protects you from small firearms to submachine guns. When it's used, it protects the user's head area, guaranteeing you to not get any headshots. While this thing is not really good for, say, some of the more ranged opponents, this thing is actually not too bad for when it comes to some of the more closer range targets. While there's very little information that is shown about the combat shield itself, a very likely guess is that this thing is really good for close range attacks. But what it has for all of that, it definitely made up for the fact that it can't exactly handle itself from some of the more heavier weapons, like a weapon you'll be seeing later on, and explosives, and even vehicles. So be mindful that this thing is only meant to be used against those with some of the more small firearms to submachine guns. Again, not much really needs to be said about it. It's a weapon on its own. The Hawk Boomerang is probably the most unique weapon you'll be seeing throughout the entirety of the game, at least for now. What's really nice about this weapon in particular, it is the perfect stealth weapon for taking out enemies from a distance with his anti-gravity function that allows it to extend its flight time. One headshot from this beauty is an insta-kill. So, what could be better than this, you may ask? Oh, not much. Except for the fact that it comes with a shrapnel shield that's perfect for against anything like explosives like grenades, rockets, and even plasma shots. We haven't seen any of those yet, but we'll definitely be seeing those later on. After it's thrown, it usually takes up to 5 seconds for the weapon to return back into its original slot, depending on how far off the weapon is thrown. I should take this time to mention on one very important thing that I would watch out for. You are completely vulnerable to gunfire and must wait for the boomerang hit to return or to automatically respawn after 5 seconds of its launch. You cannot swap out weapons, and you pretty much just gotta get into cover while this thing is thrown. Like what I mentioned with some of the other weapons from earlier, if it's a shot and a miss, you're likely aren't going to have a chance to get away. Make this throw count. Otherwise, you could be on the verge of potentially killing yourself, or you could probably take some of your buddies down with you if thrown recklessly. The M60 is probably one of the heaviest weapons that you'll be seeing throughout the entirety of the game. This thing is a very powerful automatic devastator that deals out 600 rounds per magazine, and holy crap does this thing know how to use those bullets wisely. This thing tears things up. What's really cool is that it even comes with a very unique caltrops, which slows down slightly injures any enemies that run through it. Perfect against those that are full with those that are with heavy armor, and just shocking damage in the process. This thing may be powerful, but it does come with a few major drawbacks. Its reload is abysmal. It has the longest reload out of all the weapons in the game. It takes probably a whopping 5 to 6 seconds for it to be fully reloaded. And this thing is very, very hard to use. This is the perfect example of a weapon that is difficult to master, but has such amazing... What am I thinking of? Potential, that's it. If you can get by all that, this is a very good weapon. This is the only weapon in the game that I should take this time to mention is based off of a weapon that has no modification, and it just bears a striking resemblance perfectly. The US M60. Yeah, I'm not kidding. This thing is perfect for mounting on the turrets, which I should take this time to mention is giving unlimited ammo, and good for taking out some stationary targets from a good distance. But its accuracy is abysmal, though, so there's your warning on that one.
You got it.
Like the snake in the grass, you try to trick me. I'll still win. Strike!
She's weak. Finish her. Conflict is so beautiful.
Where's the fighting?
Oh, hey! Get out of here. Get out of here.
That's entertainment.
Oh boy.
Where's the...
Come on. Let's use some more ammunition right about now. Doesn't work.
There is life. This is why it's called martial art. Eliminate her!
What? Come here.
Too good. I'm enjoying this.
You're
So
getting
exciting.
Oh boy, give me the health. Thank you. See, this Mayhem likes to cheat.
straight.
Here we go.
Come on, take a break, my daughter.
You having fun?
If I'm gonna be honest with you, yes, I am.
Mayhem, fight back!
Where's the
Fly like an eagle, sting like a scorpion.
What do you mean sting like a bee? Oh boy.
You're shaking, my daughter.
Apparently these guys that don't know the true meaning of sportsmanlike conduct. I'm gonna lose this. I feel like I'm actually gonna lose this.
Conflict is so beautiful.
That'll work. Gimme.
Mayhem, remember your lineage.
Thank you.
Get the juices flowing. Through conflict,
Come on.
there is life.
Come on, Mayhem.
You owned her, Joe.
You were lucky. Cross me again, and your victory will not be won so easily.
Get med support down here, now. Help is on the way, my daughter.
Okay. Yay. So that was fun. Except somehow I managed to get out of there on this one try very easily. But enough about that. Next time we're getting into the fun ones. Next time we're getting into what I consider to be one of my personal favorite missions in the game. See you guys then.